This just in, breaking news, our top story tonight, Bitcoin hits the public market as Bitcoin futures are offered on the CME. Great, now everybody can buy Bitcoin. In other news, the company NiceHash has over $70 million in Bitcoin stolen, answering the age-old question, hey, internet security is not that important, right? Also tonight, Litecoin enjoys a 25% price rally amidst quite a bull market for the alts. It's starting to look more and more like Litecoin will change the world. And by Litecoin, I mean Bitcoin. And finally tonight, Andreas Antonopoulos becomes a millionaire overnight. Sorry, a multi-millionaire overnight. Sorry, a millionaire over... What? Bitcoin's fucking flying around. All of this and more tonight on... Crypto News. Needs a little work. Now, we have a lot to get into today, but before we do, I just want to say that this channel was a long time coming. You know, I've been involved in the cryptocurrency space since at least 2013, and frankly, you know, I've believed in the concept of virtual currency for a long time. So I've been interested and following along and been invested for quite some time when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I've also started a new site called Coin Central, dedicated to all types of different news in the crypto space. So I knew eventually I'd probably put my best foot forward and try and make some videos about crypto as well. I was just looking for that time when I could dig deep down into my soul and really spread the good word about, no, I'm just kidding, search volume 10x'd in the last 2 weeks or 5x'd. Those views though. Now, I imagine at least initially, most people watching this video are probably people that follow me in poker and are interested in crypto. Now, there might be some new people that are going to be joining. Let me just give you a little rundown about what I'm known for over in poker. Some of the things that I'm known for over in poker include aggressive play style, not being afraid to get into controversial issues, launching my training site Upswing Poker, and of course, having excellent hair and generally trendy style. Anyway, let's kick off the show by talking about today's big winners and big losers. Today's big winner is the altcoin market. The entire altcoin market is up huge. In fact, Bitcoin has the 4th worst return so far in the last 24 hours. There are many currencies up in the 15 to 30% range, including Litecoin and IOTA. As of this recording, IOTA has broken the $5 price barrier, giving it a market cap of almost $14 billion. And this really has just kind of been IOTA's week. You know, we've seen the currency constantly going up all week, getting a lot of mainstream attention, and it has moved all the way up to the 4th biggest cryptocurrency in the entire market. Now, Litecoin's massive surge today is thought to be maybe partially because of an announcement that they will be accepting Litecoin over at Steam, and you can use it for vouchers for Steam products. I'm not sold that just that announcement could make the price go up this much, but it certainly played a role. There might be some other factors at play too, like Bitcoin having high processing fees and time right now, but it's hard to say exactly what caused the surge. There were many other big winners today. It would be hard to go through all of them. So let's move over to our only big loser, Bitcoin. That's right. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is our big loser, dropping 7% in just a day. That's right. Bitcoin has dropped all the way down to 16.7 thousand. I haven't seen Bitcoin this low since yesterday. Wait, no, actually, it wasn't actually this low yesterday. I knew this day would come. I just thought we had more time. Bitcoin got down in its prime. Let's jump in and talk about some of our news topics for today. And let's start off with talking about NiceHash. Now, NiceHash was a company that allowed users to both buy and sell hash power on an open market. Well, apparently at 1 a.m. December 8th, a hacker used a compromised company computer to get in there and find a way to steal 4,700 Bitcoin that has a value of around $70 million. I think when something like this happens, it's one of the worst possible things that can happen to Bitcoin. First off, many innocent users lose their money, which is terrible. And then on top of it, it gives Bitcoin a much worse name because when people see these types of news and articles in the mainstream media, they think to themselves, oh man, Bitcoin, I could get scammed because Bitcoin can be hacked, which is completely not true. This was the site getting hacked, not Bitcoin itself. I know you guys that know Bitcoin already knew that, but it's an important difference to make. People that are not very aware of Bitcoin or how it works might get scared by things like this. And frankly, if someone does have all of your Bitcoin or a lot of your Bitcoin, you should feel kind of scared. This is why you want to keep your money in cold storage so that you can control what goes on with your Bitcoin. Now, I know that's not always possible, and sometimes if you want to invest your Bitcoin, you're not going to be able to have control of it. But to the best of your ability, you personally should have control over your Bitcoin. NiceHash did put out a statement, but there's not really too much to say. The money is gone, and they're trying to figure out where to go from here. So we'll definitely be following along with that story, but let's move on to our next topic. Now, it's Christmas time, so I hope you guys are ready for a heartwarming tale. This story begins with Roger Ver taking to Twitter and being Roger Ver, tweeting, "Andreas Antonopoulos is one of the most eloquent speakers on the topic of Bitcoin, but if he had invested even $300 in Bitcoin back in 2012, he'd be a millionaire today." Now, you might be asking yourself, why is the discussion of whether someone is a millionaire or not relevant to this topic? And it's not. Well, Andreas responded, "I did invest, Roger, then I sold in 2013 to pay my rent. I didn't have disposable income to work for 2 years without pay and invest at the same time. I should have gone into more debt, but that would have been irresponsible towards my family, who I supported." Now, a lot of people felt bad about the way Roger talked to Andreas. Roger is one of the least liked people in the world of Bitcoin. Andreas is probably one of the more well-liked ones. Obviously has made a lot of content here on YouTube and also been out there trying to, educate people about Bitcoin, the problems that it can have and also some of the solutions to those problems. Now, over the course of the next 2 days, Andreas received over 100 Bitcoin to his Bitcoin address. That's going to come in at a value of around 1.5, 1.6 million. An unbelievably massive day for this guy. Afterwards, Andreas tweeted out, "I'm going offline for a few days. I need time to process everything that happened. If you sent me a message in the last 48 hours, thank you. If I don't respond for a week or so, I apologize." So this was life-changing money, guys. This guy was one of the people from the get-go who really tried to, talk about Bitcoin, bring it to the forefront, but didn't have the money to invest. And then the community, rallied behind him to kind of make his Bitcoin dream come true as well. I think this is a really touching story, and it shows that the Bitcoin community has a lot of heart for the people that are trying to make it better in the world. Let's move on to our top story tonight. Bitcoin futures are being added to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Now, let's start off with talking about what a futures contract is. It's basically an agreement between two people that at a set date, a set item will be bought for a set price. The person buying that item is going long on it. They believe that it'll be worth more than that price when the date comes. And the person selling the item is going short on it. They think it'll be worth less. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what price of Bitcoin are they going to be choosing? And the answer is they're going to aggregate several different exchanges to get an average price of Bitcoin. So you might view the price as being different from what they're saying that it is because you might use one exchange, but it's going to be an average of several different exchanges. Now, what does this mean for the price of Bitcoin? Well, for starters, since the announcement was made, we've seen a gradual increase in Bitcoin price, and that could be that investors are speculating that once this does go public into the market, that a lot of people are going to take the long side of Bitcoin and push the price upwards. However, there are some people that believe that a lot of the price surge right now could be institutional money, that once it does go into the public market, they'll sell their coins while shorting it on the public market, and then that way they can crash the price and make extra money. Now, I'm not saying that's the case at all. Realistically, we could see this go many directions. It could go massive when it finally is hitting the public market. Everyone's longing it, and we could see Bitcoin surge huge. We could also see the opposite. There were many people stuck in their way of thinking that Bitcoin will fail. It's a bubble. Tulips. Tulips. Something about tulips again. Tulips. I feel like people that hate Bitcoin are like the old guy and like Bitcoin's like on their lawn. It's like, rah, tulips. Get off my lawn, you damn tulips. That was a pretty shitty analogy. Now you might be upset. You're thinking, Doug, what am I supposed to do? I'm only here. I don't really care about what you have to say. All I want to know is should I buy or sell and what's going to make me money? And look, I really don't know, guys. I'm not a financial advisor in the least. I don't know exactly what's going to happen in the short term, but I will say this. I believe in the fundamental value of cryptocurrency. being able to have digital money is just better than having cash on you. It's much more flexible. Also, ultimately, God willing, fees should be much lower because it shouldn't cost nearly as much to send Bitcoin online as it should, as it might when you're working with a traditional bank, although that is not the case right now. Also, as a store of value, Bitcoin's deflationary. There's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. You're not going to have to worry about them printing more. So I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in crypto. I don't know the effect that this futures contract will have in the market. If you're interested in reading more about this, we have a link in the description below from Coin Central. Great write-up on what's happening with the futures contract, so definitely make sure to check that out. That's going to do it for today's news video, and if you're interested in more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If we get a lot of people interested, I'm going to spend some time making these, so I'm happy to be here, glad to be in the world of cryptocurrency, and I'll see you guys soon.